All right, how are we going with this? Oh, good, we're starting to get there.
Blair Jeffries and his fiancée Ella Green are planning for the future, but the realities of a cost of living crisis are hitting home.
So we should be okay. We're getting married next year, so everything we have is going to that savings account. So that'll be the money that ends up paying these bills. Wow, can you imagine?
That's crazy.
The couple recently got an unwelcome surprise when they received their insurance renewal for their home in the northern New South Wales town of Yamba.
Last year our premium was about $2,069, and then this year when we got the annual premium it had gone up to about $3,600, which is more than a 75% increase, which was shocking. I couldn't believe it.
After working hard for decades, he feels he's struggling now more than ever.
I feel that the working class isn't the middle class anymore. The poverty line is coming up so much. You could be working 40 hours a week plus and you're still scraping by.
Blair's experience isn't unusual. Actuary Sharanjit Padam has co-authored a report that found more and more people are finding home insurance unaffordable.
1.6 million households in Australia face insurance costs that are more than 1 month's worth of gross annual household income. So that's very expensive.
Those 1.6 million households are classed as facing extreme affordability pressure, with many of those paying premiums that are more than 9 weeks of their pre-tax income, if they can afford to pay at all.
I am absolutely seeing more examples coming through the phone lines of people who simply cannot afford their insurance anymore and have no choice but to be uninsured.
The financial regulator APRA doesn't know how many people don't have home insurance.
That's something we don't collect data on, but it is, we believe, a very real issue and a growing issue for the country that we have to face into.
The Actuaries Institute's report estimates 180,000 households with mortgages face extreme insurance costs, with many unlikely to be paying their premiums. Several homeowners around Australia have told the ABC they're currently in a home that's significantly underinsured or uninsured altogether, which is putting them in breach of the conditions of their mortgage. One woman in Queensland who didn't want to do an on-camera interview out of fear of losing her house said her insurance premium went from $3,000 last year to almost $30,000 this year, which she can't afford to pay.
It's a problem as well for the banking system in Australia. 3% of our home loan assets being at risk for this issue is a very significant number. If you compare it to the US, for example, during the GFC, the worst the delinquency rate in the US for home loans got was 9.3%, and that caused massive problems through the US market.
The insurance industry says the price rises are beyond its control.
The rising value in Australian homes and therefore the amount of insurance cover you need has also increased. The impact of inflation, particularly on building materials and labour. APRA statistics actually show that over the last 4 years, insurers have lost over $650 million from home insurance policies. Ultimately, they're still paying out more to homeowners than they're actually collecting in insurance premiums.
And you've had insurance for how long?
The Financial Rights Legal Centre is calling for the government to regulate pricing.
And we think at this point the industry just needs more oversight. We're calling on the government to put in place a permanent national insurance pricing monitor.
Archie, no.
It's too late for Blair and Ella, who will have to pay their insurance out of their wedding fund.
This close to Christmas, we just don't have that sort of money lying around.
Pulling the purse strings during festive times.
What a stud.